Hello, welcome to Summing It Up. I'm your host, Mrs. St. John, and today we're going to be talking about order of operations. And as you can see, our target today is I can use the order of operations to evaluate expressions. So let's talk about what the order of operations are. So, okay, we can remember it by GEMS, okay? G is grouping symbols. Okay, E is exponents. M is multiply or divide. And this one is going from left to right, whichever one comes first. Okay, and then S is for subtract or add, also left to right. Okay, so GEMS. We use grouping symbols, and grouping symbols are parentheses, brackets, sometimes it's a fraction bar. Okay, those are grouping symbols. Exponents are like 2 squared. Okay, those are exponents. Multiply or divide, you know. Subtract or add, you know. I will say multiply. Multiply can be a times, it can be a dot, it can be a parenthesis with a number on the outside. Those are all multiplying. And dividing can be a division symbol or a fraction bar. Okay? Here, our first example is 4 times -5 plus 3 minus 7. So our first step is G, grouping symbols. So we look here and we have, right here, we need to solve this. So I'm going to just bring everything else down and I'm going to put a dot to show this multiplication right here. And then I'm going to bring this minus 7 down. So now we need to solve -5 plus 3. So -5 plus 3, as we know from previous lessons, equals -2. Okay, so now we've gotten rid of our grouping symbol. Now we're looking at, do we have any exponents? Well, we don't have any exponents. So now we're looking at multiplying or dividing, whichever comes first. And we do have a multiplication right here. So we're going to solve that, but we're going to bring everything else down that we are not quite solving yet, so that we keep everything nice and neat. Okay, so then we have 4 times -2. Well, from our previous lessons, we know that that is -8. Okay, so now we just have one thing going on here. We have -8 minus 7. Well, we know we turn this into an add the opposite. So we have -8 plus -7, and we get -15. So this right here, when we use GEMS, which is the order of operations, we end up with an answer of -15 by following the order of operations. Our next example is going to be 27 minus 1 plus 3 in parentheses squared divided by 2. This got a lot going on it. Okay, so let's look at it. So grouping symbols. Well, we do know we have a parentheses right here. So I'm going to bring everything else down. We keep everything nice and neat. And we do know that this is going to be squared. Whatever answer we get here is going to be squared. So everything has been brought down. Now we need to go 1 plus 3, which is 4. Okay, so we have no more grouping symbols. We've gotten rid of the grouping symbols. Now it's time to get rid of the exponents, which is GE, GEMS, right? So we need to get rid of this. We need to bring everything else down. So what is 4 to the second power? We know that's 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay, so our next is M, multiply or divide. So we aren't going to do the subtraction yet. We are going to do this division problem. So I'm going to bring the 27 minus down, and this is what I'm solving. Okay, 16 divided by 2. Well, I know that I can make 8 out of 16 divided by 2 is 8. So now I'm left with just 27 minus 8, which equals 19. So when all of this is said and done and you follow GEMS, you follow the order of operations, you end up with 19. Okay, we have one last problem. So this is -4 minus 2 squared over 3 plus 1. And this is a division symbol, but it's also a grouping symbol. So what that means is first we need to take care of this group up here. And then we need to take care of that whole thing separate from the bottom before we can do the division. Okay, so I have -4 minus 2. And I know my squared is going to stay, and I know my 3 plus 1 is going to stay. Okay, so -4 minus 2. Remember, we add the opposite, so that is -6. Okay, so now I do my exponents. -6 times -6 is a 36. And I'm leaving my 3 plus 1. Okay, now this is a grouping symbol. So we know we need to get rid of this. So we only have one number on top and one number on the bottom. So I'm going to bring my 36 down. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And you can leave that, or 36 divided by 4, which is really what the fraction bar means, equals 9. So this whole thing right here, when we do the order of operations, or the GEM, is 9. So now you know the order of operations. I've given you 3 different examples of how you run through the order of operations using the GEMS acronym. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please watch this a couple of times. It may take you a couple of times to understand all the different ways of using order of operations. You will practice in class, and be sure to ask me if you have any questions. All right, bye.